Hi, I love the backdrop.
Thank you.
Perfect. I picked my backdrop trying to fit the colors. I went
You did a
all
great
out with
job.
nails, inspired by the animation
I
of this film, short film.
love it.
So, can you talk about how it was like an awesome combination to do the short film with the alebrijes that are known for its vibrant colors, and then getting to incorporate with look the colors and animation.
Yeah, so for me, I mean, we all kind of, I think the general like audiences are starting to understand what an alebrije is, right? You've seen it a couple times and you're starting to see it a little more. But for me, it was like, yes, I know they're beautiful to look at and they're colorful and they're great. But we wanted to dig a little deeper and we wanted to make sure we did our due diligence and learn about the culture or understand where they came from, like figures like Pedro Linares, who created them, key elements like the Copal tree, which is the tree that's used to carve them. And then we took all these sort of, we call rules to build our world. And if you look at our landscapes, they're kind of surreal, like a Pedro Lunares dream where he evoked these characters. Our designs were like a mashup of like a toad with wings, because this is all, we're trying to base it as much as we can on the traditional folk art and the rules that they've set. And even the way they animate, they feel like they're not as fluid as Dora's animation, but it's on purpose because they're handmade. So we try to protect and lean into that as much as we can because it is a short and we can't give you the full education of alebrijes, but we'll try to tell you as much as we can and just show you visually as much as we can because, our audiences range from like, toddlers to adults. So we try to get as much as we pack in here and be as authentic as we could be. That was always the goal.
Speaking of audiences, I love the interaction where it's like, oh, the kids, oh, adults.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that for us was like, the DNA of Dora traditionally has been to always, interact with the audience, and what better place to do it than in a theater where everyone's sitting there engaged. So it was a good opportunity to definitely do that with her.
Not only that, but I feel like it's also when it's available for streaming, when parents are with their kids and also interact with them during that moment
Yeah.
of entertainment.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that we try to centralize the story to include everyone. I mean, if you really think about it, it's everyone's working together to save the day, so it's really taking advantage of that fourth wall.
Have Kay del Castillo involved?
Yeah, I've heard of her. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we've heard of her. We've heard of her as Latinos, kick-ass
Oh no,
character that we get to see, and now with voice
I
act.
know, I know. We were very lucky. I was very fortunate to have her, graces with her performance. Like for us, you build these worlds and we want to always find a way to ground them and make them real. And we had Kate play Ali, which is like a central figure in this world, and she just anchored it and made it feel real. It made it feel like it's been there for decades and decades, and it's this ceremony and this tradition. Like there's just the performance just brought so much to it and the validity of it, and we're just fortunate to have that.
Do you recall the first time that you were introduced to Dora? Because I remember it. I have no kids. So
Mhm.
for me, even as without kids, I liked Dora. I loved the concept and I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I got started in animation around the time Dora started as a show, and it always caught my eye because it's a female Latina hero that runs like stories, and I'm like, well, that's something different. Like, I mean, we have those in our community, we just don't see them on screen, and so when I saw that, I definitely clocked that, and when I was flash forward to now. I'm like, you have an opportunity to work with the character that's established and we know. I'm like, yes, of course. This is like the perfect character to like a catalyst to introduce new stories that sort of represent Latin America.
What Latin American stories do you hope to see Dora cover in the future?
Oh, well, there's tons of places. Like I'm Central American, so like there's tons of just look just thinking about locations in general. Like there's such a beautiful places. Like I love to go to Peru with Dora. I love to go to Chile with Dora. Like and build stories and find like authentic tales, that exist in these parts of the world and like bring those up and put a light on those.
You just took my answer. I was going to ask you where you would want to go explore with Dora.
Everywhere. Why not? I mean, we should just spin the globe and like, stop it and go there with Dora. Because I think whether it's Latin America or whether it's European or whether it's Asian, like she embodies curiosity and exploration, right? And I think those are like factors that for me I always like keep close to me, and I always it's like a flashcard. I always look and go, yes, stay curious, and that's going to keep you inspired and explore and like go out and see things that are new and different. Like it's such a it's such a those are such important things that I think a character like her is versatile enough to go anywhere and we'd have a good time.
Exactly. No limits.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for your time and congratulations on this short film.
No, thank you. Thank you
You're
for your time.